Well, I am just finishing up on the Harmony of the Seas here at Club Royale, Casino Royale, but in Club Royale with Royal Caribbean. And we are on the Harmony of the Seas, like I said. And I wanted to talk to you about my experience here on a 6-night cruise into the Western Caribbean. So Roatan, Honduras, and what was the other one? Costa Maya and Cozumel, Mexico. And I'm finishing up, so I'm heading up to get some pizza. But before I tell you all about that, I ran into a bunch of people that know the channel members, channel subscribers, and I actually asked them what they like most about the channel. So watch this, and then I'll get some pizza, and then I'll be back with you to give you my review of the Harmony of the Seas. Here we go.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Now let's get rolling.
Hey, Brian here with Jim, and you know, I saw you on the first day. You came up, you said, hey, I want to shake your hand and thank you for the channel. Tell me why. What do you like most about the channel?
Well, I love all the different strategies and seeing how to play better craps.
Yeah.
And the fact that the first time I'd used your strategies on the ship, the last sailing, I won this free cruise. So
okay, so playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise, using some of the strategies actually works.
Actually works. Actually works. A good first try.
And so sometimes when people play in the slots, they know they're paying for points.
Yeah.
Did you end up winning money, losing money? Like did you calculate how much the cruise cost you?
So I tracked my points. I was on a 10-day cruise.
Oh, okay.
I played 14 hours of craps.
Okay.
Of course, not once, but
Yeah,
whole
over
cruise.
yeah.
I was down $200. I got 1,700 points on that.
Wow.
So I won the 1,500 point free cruise, which was a balcony for two.
Okay.
On this trip. And so I brought my fiance on this trip, and we've had a great time. And then I got to run into you. It's a great time hanging out and playing too.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
It's a win-win. Yeah.
And so with the value of the cruise that pretty much cost you $200, probably about another $200 on taxes and port fees.
Yeah.
So all in for like $400. What was the value of this cruise? Do you know?
This cruise would have been $3,700 for the boat.
$3,700 for $400. Do you think that's worth giving this video a like and subscribe?
Absolutely. Do it.
Or maybe even becoming a channel member. Why not? You know, but hey, thanks, man. It's been awesome meeting you. And it's always fun to come together and, you know, play craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise.
And if you're lucky enough to play with him on a cruise, you're going to learn a lot more.
I learned by failure. I fail and then I learn and I say, never do that again. No, but thanks. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
What is up, everybody? I'm here with Gary. And Gary, man, member of the channel. And if anybody plays a disciplined strategy of the ones that I'm not as disciplined as you, it's you. You do it, man.
I try, man. This is cruise number 10 for the year. Thanks to Brian and his knowledge. 5 more this year total, so we're going to try to do 15, 11 last year. More than $25,000 worth of benefits.
We're missing that, but that's okay. It was just a hard day. But $25,000 of benefits,
last year,
of value.
If you calculate all the cruises, the drinks, the Wi-Fi, everything else, it really adds up. You know, some winnings. Again, is every strategy perfect? No. Most nights I do pretty well. You know, we're on night 6 here. It's 3 and 3, 3 good nights, 3 bad nights for me. So, you know, it's an up and down game. It is gambling, but honestly, without his knowledge, I wouldn't have been able to get on as many cruises as I have. You know, I struggled a little bit, and then I stumbled across the channel a couple of years ago, and it's been great since then.
So,
and I can't thank you enough for just sharing your knowledge with all the rest of us.
It has been fun.
You know,
it has been fun.
People may not think it works, and you know, you might have a bad night, and you get discouraged, and you get pissed off, and it's just a straight downhill decline. And it happens to all of us, but if you look at the big picture and the grand scheme of things, it really does work.
And the value, really. I mean, so when you said $25,000, how much did you spend for that $25,000 value?
Probably less than $1,000, $2,000.
I know. Come on. That
You
is
figure
that
every
is the
cruise.
yeah.
Half my cruise I do solo, half I do with somebody. So sometimes when you're solo, it's real cheap. Like I'm on this cruise, I think for like $150.
Yeah.
So I mean, it comes and goes. Down a few $100, but we're making it back. It's ups and downs. It's still a fun game, best game in the casino.
Yeah, I always say you can't lose if you earn a free cruise.
That's correct.
Unless you bring more and lose more than what the cruise costs.
I think I'm over 1,200 points already, so that's not a great free cruise, but I think I'm only in like $600, so it's not terrible. But
And we still got the rest of the night.
It is
man.
the ups and downs.
We still got the rest of the night. You're rolling next. We better get back over there. I'm here with Jason, representing with the merge. Thanks, man. But I wanted to ask you, what is the thing that you like the most about the channel and your favorite thing, whatever you want to share with the people watching?
Well, the thing I love the most is the fact that the strategies you've given give us the most comp value that I've seen. And I really like that. I really like that a lot.
And you've been doing some of the member-only secret strategy, which really works a lot for points.
That's
How'd
correct.
you guys do on points for this cruise?
I did 2450,
Okay.
and my wife did 2350.
Oh, but you had some points already, so you're prime.
Yeah,
though.
we're prime. We have,
Oh,
we have-
okay.
we have points already.
But you almost did enough for prime in one cruise,
That's
which
correct.
is a 6-night.
That's
If you had 7 nights, and you didn't even play tonight.
I have not played in 2 nights.
So you could have got even more.
That's correct.
But I think the thing is, when you have 3,000 or when you have 1,500 to get to 2,000 is only 500 points for the certificate. But then the next one from 2,000 goes to 3,000, so you would need to do another 1,000 points. Then it goes to 4,000, and then after 4,000, it goes to 6,500. So I, on this cruise, only got 4,000. I mean, I'm a little over 4,000, but I'm not shooting for 6,500. So, but you and your wife are great members and great people to play with, because this guy had probably one of the best rolls of the cruise, by the way.
No, I would have to say that everyone else on that table shot much better than me.
Oh, you look at the humble guy.
I'm
humble guy.
I'm humble.
You're tall and you're humble. Maybe we should have sat down and done this video. But what else would you want people to know about the channel, or your favorite part about playing craps on a cruise, with the Holy Roller Cruising Club?
Well, I would have to say to everyone out there to watch your strategies,
Okay.
practice them,
Uh-huh.
practice your rolling, because it really helps. Seeing how you basically setting the dice, or possibly
At
setting
least
the dice.
trying, right? Some people
Trying.
say it doesn't really matter, but the thing is, just being able to roll the dice and keep them on the table or hit the back wall, that's one thing on the cruise. If you don't hit the back wall, it's no roll.
I must admit that occurred many times.
Yeah, not just with,
Not just with
but
me.
we practice. That's
practice.
another reason to practice. And you can get the dice and get them out quick. It doesn't take too long. The more that you practice, if you're setting your dice,
That's correct. That's correct.
So, all right.
Please,
Yeah.
I must say, watch the channel, watch the strategies, practice them, practice your rolling, and one more thing.
Okay.
Holy means distinct, different, and devoted.
Oh,
And that's how we roll
yeah.
on a Holy Roller Cruising Club.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you so
man.
much
Thanks,
for
man.
teaching us all your strategies.
Oh, thank you. Well, like I said, just finishing up on this cruise on the Harmony of the Seas. And if you know, where we go after a late night. It is not too late. I kind of ended early tonight. The craps table's still open and I'm not there, mainly because I have 4,000 points and I don't have time or to get to 6,500 points. So I'm about probably 4,500 points. But let's grab some pizza. All right, well, I got the pizza and I'm gonna eat it. But listen, I'm gonna talk to you before I eat it. I'm not gonna talk with all my mouth full, but let me tell you about next cruise. Do you know about that? Because when it comes to next cruise, before you leave your cruise, you need to do a $200 deposit. And the reason why you want to do a $200 deposit, sorry, there's some like bright lights behind me. before you leave, do your $200 deposit. That's what's going to get you your free play for the cruise, and that is done on the app, or you can fill out a paper that you get with your certificate. And make sure to, the other thing on the last night, make sure to get your free play and play your free play on the last night of the cruise, because your points convert to free play. I have other videos about that, but if you have any questions, let me know about that. But yeah, it's 250 points equals $5. So 4,000 points is like $80. Okay, so I got $80 of free play because I had 4,000 points. But when it comes to the certificate, 4,000 certificate comes with $500 worth of free play on my next cruise, only if I do a $200 deposit before I leave this cruise. You tell me, is it worth to do a $200 deposit in order to get $500 of free play? And that $200 deposit is usually about what it takes to actually book the cruise. You have 30 days to book the cruise, but like I said, I have other videos that talk about that. This one, we're talking about the Harmony of the Seas, my experience, but let me eat and then we'll get right back to it. But before we do, watch this commercial. Yes, I have a commercial. I did the commercial. Let me know what you think, but it's really quick and then I'll be right back with you. Hey, have you got the new and improved dice tracker? It is the second edition. Go to holyroller.com and grab one today. Now, let's get back to the video. Okay, overall, I know one thing people are gonna say is, or ask, what is about the dealers? The craps dealers, for the most part, all of them are really good. Now I usually do a craps dealer of the cruise, and my standards for that has kind of gone way up. I mean, they really have to be exceptional, not just with their skill, but with their attitude, their energy, their just what they bring to the game, and if they make it fun and entertaining, but not annoying or over the top. So there's a fine line. So as far as like the craps dealer of the cruise, I didn't pick one for this cruise. So there isn't anybody that like totally stands out as like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for them to be on the table, you know, the craps table dealing to me again. Now there are, in Royal Caribbean, there are some people that are like that. And so that's where it's very important to know that there are some people like that, but not here on the Harmony. At least at the time that I'm here right now, there isn't anybody that's like, boom, they're amazing, you know? So anyway, I wanted to come back to the casino because I forgot to do something. And I want to tell you and remind you, just in case, whenever it's the last night after 10 p.m., now on the last night, 30 minutes. Okay, well, I have 30 minutes before the casino closes. That was an announcement, sorry. But this is it. You get your free play, right? Yes, but after 10 p.m. and probably after midnight, by the way, you have to go talk to the casino host, not only for them to print out your certificate. Now, you might say, well, I can get the certificate online, or I could get the certificate. I always have them print out a certificate, by the way, and I take a screenshot of it because you never know if they're gonna say, hey, I want that, I need, like I've had to send in, like text in a picture of my certificate because they didn't have record of it, okay? So I'm just telling you that right now, not just on Harmony, but Royal Caribbean in general. But you have to go over to talk to the casino host and just say this. This is the question that you ask. You say, hey, I wanted to check and to see which certificate that I qualify for and was wondering if you would print it out for me. That's one. Here's the second question you need to ask. Based on my play, do I qualify for any comps? That was that roulette, okay? Roulette gets crazy over there. All right, but do I qualify for any comps based on my play? That's what I'm gonna go ask and see if I have anything that they would either take off of my room bill, and usually it's non-casino charges that they would take off your room bill, or they would give you additional free play at the end of your cruise. So let's check that out. And then, so I'm gonna go ask, and then I will give you more of my review of the Harmony of the Seas, and then tell you a story that I couldn't believe happened on the last night. Okay, so I did just speak with the casino host. We only have about 20 minutes or so. And so all the tables are kind of closing, but you know, I'll play some Huff and Puff. And it turns out that based on my play, they could have taken 200, well, let's just see what it is. It's like 290 bucks or something like that. Let me turn it around, we'll see what it is. All right, what it is, what it be. So you have to talk to them to get this put on your stuff. Now, when I took my free play from my 4,000 points, $80, the points disappear, but they're not really gone. So we go to account. Okay, we're gonna go to personal banker. And then we're gonna go to this is my month and day of my birthday, by the way. And then once you do that, and it'll be yours, by the way. Okay, my total rewards. Then we're gonna see, that's what they put on, $280. Now I'm gonna go back, $280, oh, $286 is what I have altogether. So, transfer to game, $286. Here we go. Well, first let's do this. Free play. 280. 280. Okay, so that should go on the game right here. Let's see what happens. Okay, there it is. Okay, and then I'm gonna have to do 280, and then I'm gonna have to do $6. So from my points, because I earned a little bit more points. Okay, so this one's gonna be $6 that we're gonna put on, and then I will play this. What is it? My total rewards. My rewards total is 6. Okay, here we go. What is it? Transfer to game. Transfer from game. Oh, that's weird. Well, anyway, I'm gonna convert my points. Okay. And I know this is $6, all right? Oh, no, I meant to press other. Oh, my goodness. And it is other, and we got $6. $6, enter, get it on there. Yes? All right, there we go. Well, we're gonna play this, and I might just do this in another video, but then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this video that we're talking about, this review of Harmony, okay? Okay, so anyway, that's still roulette, the only game that's pretty much still open. But I used all my free play. It is gone. And so now that it is gone, and the casino is getting ready to close, I can, and man, 280 bucks. I should have went there earlier when the tables were still open, because you know what I could do with 280 bucks at a craps table? Come on. At a slot machine? Eesh. Okay, anyway. Let's continue the journey right here, right now, of my experience that I want to give you. I just want to tell you something that happened. I'm going to stop right over here and tell you. You would not believe it. Okay, so every single night of this cruise, I have been playing, and I tried a new system. And this system is basically, it's not really a lot of points. You don't get a lot of points, but you do get a lot of opportunity. You create a lot of opportunity for yourself. And I'll just say it like this. I'm gonna do another video about it, but I'll just say it like this. I started with $64 across. That's, you know, the $10 level on every other number, on every number, pretty much 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 64 across, they call it $64. And I was doing this system, turning on, turning off, pressing, collecting along the way. And long story short, after my session, I started with a $64 bet, and I made over $700 on that bet. Now, there was no monster roll. There was no like, whoa, this person had like 50 rolls and all this kind of stuff. And I was collecting along the way, and then I ended up, and I'll do another video about that. But I do want to tell you, so part of that is that I would turn off my bets. Okay, so the whole cruise, I was turning off my bets. And then I would like hop, you know, so say the point is 4, and I would turn off my bets and I'd say hop the 4, you know, or give me the hard 4 or hop the 4 or whatever. And the hopping bets is $2 minimum. Okay, so hopping bets is a 1-roll bet, but it has to roll just like that. So if you hop a bet, $2, that the 1 and 3 would roll. The 1, 3, or the 3, 1, 4, right? Or the hard 4, which is the 2 and the 2, that would roll. And so it's $2 minimum, so that's a $4 bet. But I would turn off my bets and I would say hop the 4 or the 6 or whatever the point was. The whole cruise I'm doing it until tonight. The last night, this pit boss comes up. I've never seen her before. The whole time she hasn't been at the craps table. And she sits down at the craps table and she's just not paying attention. She's just not engaged. You know, the dice went off the table and they came back and she didn't even check it. They said same dice. She didn't even check it. She was just like, it was like she was on break. And I, you know, give these people, you know, some mercy and grace, because they work a lot and they probably barely get a lot of sleep, you know, especially on a lot of sea days and stuff like that. But so I'm not saying anything like that about her. I know she probably does a great job at other places, but this is what happened. And I'm tired, I'm cranky, it's the last night, you know what I mean? But this is what, it just, it set me off, man. I'll just tell you right now. Because I've been doing it all cruise. I would say, hey, turn me off, hop the 4. Turn me off, hop the 6. Whatever the point was, I was hopping. She says, I say, turn me off, and I'll hop the 4 for 2 each. And she says, you have to have a $10 bet. I'm like, yeah, I do, it's off, you know? And she said, no, you have to have $10 to hop. And I'm like, you're wrong on this one, because I've been on Royal Caribbean ships, and you're wrong on this one, because we've always hopped. Anybody and always can hop, and hop, you know? And she says, no, but if your bets are off. I'm like, what about people that throw and hop for $2 each when the puck is off on a come out roll? Is that, you know, is that like, can we do that? And she's like, I could see her brain turning like, oh no, am I wrong about this? But she didn't. She said, nope, it wouldn't work. I'm like, are you kidding me? What about people that give all the hard ways for 2 each and have them working? That's only $8. And you guys been doing it all cruise. Nope. It has to be $10. I'm like, you're tripping, man. You're tripping. I literally said that. You're tripping and you're wrong, and I want to talk to your supervisor. And then she's like, another supervisor? And I'm like, no, I want to talk to the boss. The boss, whoever's the top. We want to talk to, oh, you want to talk to the casino manager. Anyway, I took a picture of her name tag. So watch out for this person. You know what I'm saying? I'm done trying to be mean, but I'm trying to be real, okay? It was petty, and it was the last night of the cruise, and she's arguing because I need $6 more in action when the whole cruise we've been doing this. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. So the casino manager came down. His name is Randy here on Harmony of the Seas. He was polite, but he was kind of rude at the same time, you know, like I'm wasting his time, you know, and I'm just telling him, hey, I had a great experience this whole time. I've been playing this way the whole time. And then he apologized for allowing it to happen the whole cruise until somebody like her did her job, whatever, which is ridiculous, by the way, because she wasn't doing her job. And I told him that. But anyway, grace, mercy, grace, okay? But anyway, let me tell you, I had my bets working. I had a hard 8, and I went up and I had 18 on the 6 and 18 on the 8, and the point was 8, and I had a hard 8 for $5, okay? And so I'm doing this new system where, like I said, I turn my bets off. So I went to turn my bets off, and I said, turn my bets off. And the easy 8 rolled, and they went to take down my hard way bet. And I said, oh, you can't take that down. And they go, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm like, it's only $5. I have my bets off. So that's a no bet because it's not a $10 minimum. And they go, no, we usually let that happen. I go, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You guys been taking my hardway, my $5 hardway bet all cruise. You guys probably owe me a couple $100 for amount of times that you've taken a hardway bet that has lost when I only had $5 in action because all of my other bets were off, and you guys aren't being consistent. Now, for those of you that are a part of our Holy Roller Cruising Club, which I'm sporting the shirt, right? And you're on our Facebook group, you know, our private Facebook group, you probably know that consistency from ship to ship is not something that we are experiencing here with Royal Caribbean when it comes to the rules and the ratings and all the different stuff on each cruise. So I will just tell you right now that it was inconsistent. So yeah, they were inconsistent with their stuff that they did. I'll just tell you that right now. It ruined my experience. Like I said, I'm tired, I'm cranky. Maybe that's why it ruined my experience. Don't let things ruin your experience too bad. The thing that ruined my experience. Well, anyway, I'll just tell you. They ended up not taking my 5 down. And I told him, and Eugene's one of the dealers that I know from other cruises. I said this. I said, Eugene, I wouldn't have let you pay me if the hard 8 hit, because you guys would have tried to pay me, but you gotta be consistent. And he goes, well, it's not, yeah, but because Eugene, does wear a jacket at some point. And I think because Eugene was at the table, this other girl, pit boss, was like just checked out until she just zoned in on a $4 bet with my bets off. It was so weird. It was so like I said, petty. So anyway, I'm not happy about it. But the thing is, I love the Harmony of the Seas. It's the first cruise, the first Royal Caribbean ship I've ever been on, that I was ever on. My first cruise ever in my life was the Harmony of the Seas, was this cruise. I love the ship. And let's talk about ratings. Ratings were really good. Okay, let's just be honest. There is one person, Donnie, that's on here that doesn't rate really well. And I heard people were saying that they got rated better in the smoking side rather than the non-smoking side. But hey, I got 4,000 points, pretty easy. And I think they were rating, some people that want to know about Light in the Darkness, the system that I use, they were rating that totally fine here on the Harmony of the Seas, at least at the time of recording this. And so we had no problems, except for when the last night we had a problem with a $4 hopping bet that apparently I couldn't do, even though I was doing it the whole cruise and everybody else was doing it. $2, all the hard ways working, and on a come out roll, and that's only $8, and people were doing it all the time. And I said, what if the it's a come out roll and somebody's doing a $2 crap check, or whatever, and but they usually have a $10 on the pass line. I'm like, I've done that bet and I didn't have anything on the pass line if I wasn't shooting the dice, and you guys let me do it all cruise long, and now you're telling me I can't. Anyway, you could tell I'm kind of cranky, but look at the line at guest services because before you leave, it's important to make sure that your whole folio is complete and covered, so especially those of us that as another YouTuber would say, for those of us that test the fates at the casino, you always want to make sure to clear out your folio on the last night before you go to bed, so you can wake up in the morning, get off the ship, by the way. And if your credit card is not like attached, or something happens, because a lot of times when you're out at sea, if you don't let your credit card company know that you're traveling, then they decline the expense. The other thing, and I'll just tell you this is like a little tip video about not just Harmony of the Seas, but all Royal Caribbean in my experience. The other thing that they do with your credit card when they hold money, they hold money on your credit card, but then they also charge your credit card. A lot of times this can happen, and it's in the system. There's nothing they could do about it. And this is why I'm saying you should always come the last night before you go to bed on the last night to make sure that your folio is completely covered and done, is because a lot of times they will hold $1,000 and charge $1,000 as two separate transactions. If you're not careful, that will happen. And then they will return the the other 1,000 that they held will come back in like 14 days. Well, what happens is if you're trying to use your credit card up to the limit, you want to only use half your limit, because it could double your limit, meaning that your credit card can go over the limit. Okay, and if you get charged for being over the limit, even though it's a pending or a hold, you won't have that money available on your credit card, but it'll look like your credit card has been overcharged, right? Well, a lot of people on the last night, they're like, and the next morning when you're supposed to be getting off, they're like going over to guest services, wondering like, hey, how come I have all these charges on my room and I paid, but it still says like my credit card company has said that I have paid it, but you charged it twice. I see it right here. Like, it's a big deal. So anyway, maybe I'll do a video for that for my members on the member side of this channel. Consider becoming a member. There's a lot more information that I can help you with. I hope it's mainly because I've learned from failure over the last few years of what not to do, and I learned the hard way, man. Some people got to learn the hard way. I guess I'm the type of guy that has to find out for myself. Who sung that song? Put it in the comments. That's a little tip. That's old school. All right, but anyway, with all that being said, I want to thank you for watching. That's my little review of Harmony of the Seas. Mainly just the casino stuff and all that. But make sure to watch this video if you'd like to see more, and subscribe. And I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.